What's up, Benchwarmers? We are in the studio on a fabulous Monday night. Got a lot going on. We're chatting a bit. Lots of great things coming up in the pipeline for the Benchwarmers. Hopefully, we're going to have a pretty good and exciting summer too. But before we get started, my name is Diego, and I'm joined here on the bench and in the studio by Eric, the instigator,
Yo.
Eddie made of glass,
Yeah.
Ricky the pundit,
Yeah.
and Marco the interrupter.
What? Sorry, I was looking at my
Be original, yo.
Well,
Taking my
Mark
shit.
over here scratching his eye.
scratch my eye.
What's
I'm
going
half here.
on? We're like, what's going on?
Whatever, man.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to tonight's episode. A little bit of housekeeping as we're accustomed to. Where can they listen to us, Eddie?
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. What was the last one?
Spotify.
There you go.
We all use.
Benchwarmers FC.
Nice. And where can they follow us, Eric?
Follow us. Watch our interviews that we have at O'Halloran's Bar, tomorrow Smithfield we're visiting. All through Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Benchwarmers FC1.
Nice. And where can they watch us, Marco?
You can watch all our podcasts and future videos on YouTube at Benchwarmers FC TV.
Nice. And Ricky, where can they write to us about these events?
Oh, they can use their typing fingers and write to us at bench.benchwarmersfc.com.
You guys have taping fingers?
All those Ricky got Twitter fingers, so
Oh, they
Twitter.
know.
Oh.
I don't even have a
they
Twitter.
ain't trigger fingers.
I don't have Twitter.
I don't think that's a
Joke's
reference.
Joke's on you.
Twitter. And a reminder to everyone, all of our listeners, followers, you fellow benchwarmers, make sure that you have your voice heard. And for everyone, all you fellow listeners, followers, benchwarmers, make sure that you have your voice heard on the bench and write to us. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, follow, all of those great things because we want to hear from you. There was an interesting thing we were talking about before getting on the recording for tonight off air. And that was the Kobe Bryant tribute. That was
Yes.
today. I know most of
224.
us were able to watch it. Eric, you got any comments? Eddie?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. It was the most heartbreaking yet I don't know, inspirational thing to watch because you see how Kobe had an impact on everybody, not just the people on the court, off the court, but just a regular fan. So it was awesome. And watching Vanessa Bryant was the most gut wrenching thing I ever seen. But prayers to the family and
It's a nice way to remember him. Eddie, you were talking about some specific moments with Alicia Keys.
No, I was just saying that. I was watching. It was super sad, and I still haven't watched the Vanessa one because I'm not ready for that yet. So.
yeah, it's hard to watch.
We had, I'm sure you guys saw already, it was making the rounds immediately. Michael Jordan coming out saying that now there's a new crying meme that he's going to have to put up with for the next
That was
3 or 4
honestly like
years.
the most.
That was a good comic relief.
It was so
Yeah.
it was so good to have that moment, and because Jordan once he got out there, he was crying. It's not like he started talking. Once he got out there, he was already balling. But no, the Alicia Keys performance, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, the way she was playing the piano, she got so into it. It kind of brought you back to the day where you heard Kobe passed away, and everybody on the helicopter. It kind of brought you back to the moment. Every time she stroked the key, it was like, oh shit, like, yeah, you just felt it.
That's chills, man. That's chills. I agree with that too. I mean, I also watched it and I was looking at the clip, specifically the one about Michael Jordan, and it's like the man just has this way of just like ugly crying that just makes it memeable. You know what I mean? And not making fun of him for it, but the fact that he was self-aware enough to make a joke about it because he knew what the moment was kind of like leading towards and kind of bringing people's because the camera immediately cut to it had
Everybody.
Curry there, he was laughing,
laughing,
and a few other people that were in attendance in the stands and stuff, so I thought that was pretty cool. And I just I don't know which one of us are gonna get the Michael Jordan meme first. The new crying face.
I don't know. I don't think I would ever use it just because I know where it came from.
Well, they already used it.
Did they?
It's already been used.
It's being used
I
already. It's
would
already
personally
circulating.
we'll continue
The
using the old
internet
one, the
does not
OG one.
forgive.
The internet is undefeated,
I
bro.
did see when I think it was on Bleacher Report where he actually said that quote. Said that a next crying meme face,
Mhm.
and I went to the comments just to see what people would say, and everybody said, just because of this, we're not going to use it. We know what it stands for, and everybody was saying that. But then 2 seconds later, I saw a meme. I'm like, oh great, there it is. It was a good one too. It was like when you ask your mom $5, but she gives you a $20 bill.
Oh yeah, I
God.
saw that one.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw that one literally like 20 minutes ago.
It's probably gonna be like reverse wholesome memes and stuff like
Yeah,
that. You know what I
that'd
mean?
be cool. But
So just touching base on that because someone who may have just tuned in be like, well, I thought this was a footballing podcast. but it is. We're still tuned in with the beautiful game, but also a lot of the athletes like Kobe Bryant that had a global impact for football, for soccer all over the world. That said, soccer all over the world, there were a lot of interesting games, a lot of crazy results. A ridiculous howler today, which we're gonna touch on. I know Eddie's counting his blessings as we speak, but
So I seen De Gea do worse. So.
we're gonna let Eric hit the whistle. Before I answer, we're gonna let Eric hit the whistle. We're gonna let Eric hit the whistle for kickoff. All right, so the first one, we're actually gonna start around the world because I think those are some of the results and some of the games that we ended with the last episode. And we're gonna start with this one. PSG 4-3 over Bordeaux. It looked like they lost this game because they were down. I think weren't they?
They were drawn by the 83rd minute.
Yeah, they were still 3-3, and then it was I believe, was it Mbappe that put it in?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was Mbappe.
Yeah, Mbappe. Yeah, it was Mbappe.
So it was Mbappe. They got the comeback. But, Marco, one point I want to make about this is that we have a Neymar red card right by his sister's birthday again.
Can't get injured, so you got a red
Very
card this time.
suspicious.
That's very suspicious red card.
I mean-
It wasn't even a red card. It was a double yellow in the
Yeah.
92nd minute.
He
You got it.
purposely got it. I mean,
You think so?
the course.
He heard you guys saying he always gets injured, so he's like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm
No,
gonna get a red card this time.
look. Kudos to his creativity. He's like, fuck, I've been injured the past couple years.
Change
What
it
about
up.
if I get a red card this time?
Change
I already got a yellow at the
Let me
beginning of the
change it up.
match.
It's like,
I need to be off the next 2 games.
Well, it's a double yellow, so it's not gonna
Perfect.
be off in the next 2 games.
Oh,
it's
it's only
like when
one?
you, it's
Yeah.
like when you call out of work. How many grandmas do you have? That
Yeah, he can't sell another injury.
Yeah,
so a red card he can sell.
Well, the only good thing is that he's not allowed to go back to Brazil, so he's gonna party in Paris.
That's what and I said at the beginning he wasn't gonna go anywhere, so she was gonna come over.
Yes, he did call that. He did call
You
that.
did.
When he's right, he's right.
And when he's wrong, he's wrong.
But I was right this time, so let's leave it at that.
We're gonna see how it works out for Neymar though, because there's some crucial Champions League matches coming up. His PSG's just wrapped up last week, but if he gets creative again with these cards, try to miss out and celebrate and party it up. It might be more of the same,
I mean, the league is separate from champions, so
Sure,
he's
sure.
not banned from champions.
No, he's not. He's not. But as far as like taking time off,
Well, here's what it is.
I mean,
Little stomach pain.
I never denied that he does it. I just said
I
he's a
mean,
game
we
changer.
were talking about that if he hadn't done it. I mean, my point is what I'm leading up to is if he hadn't done it this year, I would believe that he's changed or that he's matured from that. But he's still doing that. So, what now?
I don't know what your point is. My point is always he's a game changer. That's all I said. Your point is he's
Yeah,
not
he
disciplined
changes-
enough.
He
He's
changes
not-
his
yeah, it
game.
is.
Sometimes he gets injured.
All right.
Sometimes he gets red.
Okay,
Yeah,
Edgar. Oh, Ricky, I'm sorry. My person.
Fucked up.
This is Edgar does the same exact thing all the time.
I
Hey,
mean-
choose the game because he's not there. Oh, you're so fucking clever, dude.
Moving over to La
This
Liga.
is his mic.
Standing in-
The
standing
suits.
in-
He's reincarnated at the moment.
Oh,
Standing in for
God.
him.
I'm
So
about to leave right now.
moving over to La Liga, we had a very important match for Real Madrid, which slipped up in front of them, taking an L over at Levante.
Evante.
Levante now because they handed that L to him to Zidane. Did you guys see a 1-0 loss coming for this match?
We were
Hell
watching
no.
the game at Edgar's house, and all the opportunities that we missed, it was one of those games where you're like, all right, we're gonna lose this game. We're
Like,
gonna
you just
lose
felt
it. You
it,
just
like-
felt it because nothing was
That-
going our way.
Fucking that Hazard 101, man.
That Hazard 101, and I mean,
Ben's missed a couple like
Mm,
sitters.
it
Not
was-
not actually sitters, but
he made
opportunities that
Yeah,
he would usually make
Levante
put away.
We're just doing phenomenal defensive work, and again, after the misses we had, you just saw it. Like, yeah, we're not gonna win this game. It was kind of written in stone. Like, this is gonna go their way. They're gonna get one lucky break, which they did. Actually, they got more than one lucky break, but they scored the one goal.
Yeah, they put
The
it in.
one
It was-
that you wouldn't expect nobody to score.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, even
Crazy.
Courtois was like, "This shit's going out."
yeah.
He didn't even put his hands in.
I can't even blame Courtois for it because I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't score, you're gonna get scored on. Simple as that. It's football.
Right. If you don't finish your chances, you'll see them finish on the other end of the pitch.
Yep.
Because in a world of starters, you got to be a finisher.
Got him.
I forgot the guy's name.
Coach Sutherland, 2020.
Eric,
Ricky
Eric.
today.
Eric
Oh,
some
Eric.
other day. Ricky today.
There you go.
Couple weeks
I
ago.
like that. Though. I like the Lord.
So wait, so that means that every time we use it, we have to add everybody that used it before us.
Yeah.
God damn.
Marco's never gonna use these. Like I
I'm never gonna use this. I'll stutter my way through it.
And if you mess up the sequence, then you gotta do a punishment.
Yeah.
Well,
So what's the sequence right now, Ricky?
What was
Yeah, there you go, Ricky. Ricky gets a punishment. Ricky gets a punishment. There's the first one.
There you go.
You got me good.
Wait, but we hadn't started it yet.
You just
You
did.
just did.
You just said it, and then you just forgot it.
So coach, you're good.
A soccer chat, then Eric, then me.
That's the order, but that's not the quote.
Oh, you want the whole?
Yeah,
quote?
the whole quote.
In a world of starters, you have to be a finisher.
And then
Coach
Coach from soccer chat,
Eric a couple weeks ago.
Eric a couple weeks ago, Ricky today.
okay, we'll give you a pass for that. We'll give you a pass for that.
Let me get these out just in case.
Get those ready.
It kind of feels like a day of
Dust them
cards.
off.
Feels like it's coming.
Dust them off. Dust them off.
We might get used to this. So. Let's see.
I'm loving that, man. So
I'm about to pull a Neymar, yo.
And what? You're actually here, so you're not pulling your name, or you're doing the opposite.
he's gonna get double yellow and he's gonna get banned from the studio. Mid recording, we're just gonna kick him out.
So what's the rules on the red card then?
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. No one's got a red card.
What?
Thankfully,
So
no one said
If
anything.
anybody has
One
any
video.
recommendations as to what happens to the person who accumulates the most cards or gets a red card, please let us know. We're
Yes.
open to anything.
We're gonna open it up to you guys.
Wear a rivals kit.
Ooh. God, I mean, Diego and Ricky already well,
Wow.
Diego's done that. Ricky hasn't done that yet.
Wow.
All I know is that if Marco
Listen,
gets,
I paid for my dudes.
if Marco
okay?
gets a red card,
Same,
he's taking
same.
tequila shots. That's all I know.
Oh, yes.
San Marco.
I like that. I like that. I like that. We'll leave it to the fans, to the viewers. So.
We'll leave it to the viewers. Yeah.
I don't appreciate that comment, Eddie.
Well, I don't appreciate drinking whiskey the other day, but I was forced to do it.
Oh
You're
wow.
for
We killed a whole bottle between us four. Us four.
Yeah.
Us four now.
Was the story
What,
time?
Edgar? Oh,
No,
time?
It was me.
It was mostly Eddie.
Real quick
almost-
story time.
so
Because even when I win, I lose.
do you remember
Is
what
it
happened?
true?
Because you're so drunk.
When I win, I lose.
All right, so it was Saturday night, Friday night.
Okay.
Saturday night.
Friday.
Friday.
Well, it
night,
started
night.
Friday, but we finished on Saturday.
Dang.
So yeah,
Dang.
so we were actually met up with Edgar early on the day. He said, "Come over to the house, watch the games." So we were there since like 9 a.m. I want to say.
I showed up like at noon.
Yeah,
I showed up at noon for the Madrid.
yeah.
in
So
Man City.
we're chilling there all day. Nighttime comes around. Edgar was
Oh, by the
Giving
way,
the hall pass.
you manipulated us to go to Cajun. Crap. By the
that's
way.
not part of the story, but okay.
He's an interrupter, bro.
Hey, there you go.
Just had to
That's
throw
a
in
plus.
one fact in there. You forgot to mention.
So yeah, so like Marco said, I'm sure everybody saw the stories as well. We went to Cajun Crab, phenomenal food. Want to sponsor us?
You
that's all.
manipulated us.
I didn't say. They said they weren't hungry, so
That
I had to
food-
get their
That
attention.
food was delicious, but you manipulated me.
Right? You see what I'm saying, right? You see how like
Yeah,
contradicting that is.
there was
You
this-
manipulated us to get some good food. Oh, I'm sorry, Marco. Forgive me.
There was strategy that went on that day.
All I remember was
Yeah, I'm not the
Marco
only one that
giving
said
his
it.
review of the food in the story for anyone who watched the Benchwarmers
I was
story.
banging. I'm
And
not, I'm not
I
gonna
remember
lie.
him saying that it was banging, which means he enjoyed the food, but he didn't
Doesn't
enjoy
mean
the fact
that
that
we
he was
weren't manipulated to go
manipulated to
there.
be there.
There was a strategy put on Saturday.
So
there was also strategy put on Sunday
To
as well.
clarify it. So I was hungry. These guys weren't hungry, but
Okay.
I wanted to get their attention. I'm like, yo, I'm like, wow,
Mhm.
no. I gave a couple spots. Like, no. I'm like, all right, Cajun
only
Crab.
gave
They're
one
like,
spot.
huh?
He only
They
gave one
pitched a
spot.
He
tent
only,
right in the
he only
pan.
said Cajun
Wanted to say
crab. He
Cajun
only
crab.
said
Cajun
Cajun
crab.
crab.
They were like, holy crap, that sounds good.
Manipulation.
Interrupter, can I talk?
No.
That's story time.
He only said one spot.
There you go.
Now, but I said Wawa because Edgar loves Wawa.
You did not say
I
what.
did say Wawa. Edgar loves Wawa.
Before or after the
That's
fact?
not- Before.
No, you
'cause
did
Edgar,
not.
Edgar only likes Wawa for some reason.
Yo, thank God
I got
Eddie's here.
only
Yo.
like one.
Thank God Eddie's here.
You can't remember your last name, so I remember all the things that you mean. So like,
What you mean? My last name is Gonzalez.
all right. So, but yeah. The point is, we got Cajun Crab, and apparently they're mad at you because they enjoy some good food. So
Okay.
we'll leave that in the air.
All right.
So we get back to Edgar's house. Oh yeah, actually that's a good thing you brought it up because before that, I didn't even remember it. You forgot about it, so I remembered about it. So I take all the credit for it. Come on, man, yo. Oh God, Jesus.
Get to the fucking point.
So we go to the liquor store to get some beers for the thing, and
Okay.
I get a fucking 24 Modelos. I go check out. I'm like, yo, there's a discount or something because $25 for 24 Modelos.
Oh my
I was like, yo, that's a fucking bargain. So I'm like, I bet. So we go, we open it. It's Modelitos, the little small ones.
Edgar was pretty upset about that.
He
was
was,
pretty
but
upset.
hindsight, it actually did.
Helped out.
It did help out at the end because Marco bought a whiskey
Okay.
and we started playing
Yeah.
Smash Brothers once we got back to Edgar's house.
Right.
And we started making up some. I mean, like Eddie says, we can't hang out with each other, so we have to drink.
You can't enjoy each other's company. Like,
Every
it's
time we
always a
play Smash
competition.
Bros, there's always a competition of just drinking. And then
Yeah.
every time we made up a new rule, Eddie just always seemed to be receiving the shorter end of the stick.
So there was
and
3 rules, right?
there's 3 rules. If you get last place, if you commit suicide, or if you fail the rule that whoever made that game
Okay.
failed. Eddie was always falling to one of those categories. So my man finished half the bottle himself. And between
Jesus.
us 3, we helped him out.
Wow.
But that was a Saturday night. Sunday, we drank again. And then Thursday, they all know we went to Howland. So it's been a pretty alcoholic weekend for at least
my
us
God.
2. So it's been
Jesus.
intense.
Livers must have gone through a lot. I can't imagine the reaction when you opened up that box and got those mini beers, bro.
It was funny.
Yeah,
at
I
first.
would've-
No, it was funny. No, because
I would've loved to have been
We
there
were
to see
outside
that,
the
dude.
restaurant, and Edgar was in the trunk because we weren't gonna bring all 24 in because we're not gonna drink all
Who?
24.
Okay.
So all I hear is like, Eric, what is this?
And the best part is like I told him, like, look, if I buy the beers, you buy my food. He's like, okay. I'm like, all right.
Oh.
I got lucky on that one.
Dude,
So.
those things are like. As
But
big
who
as
grabbed the
your
box though?
I got the box.
And you didn't read?
I just
And
grabbed it.
it's
Edgar was right next to
And
me.
look, to his defense,
I've
I
never
saw-
seen Modelitos.
I watched the
never
story.
heard of them
I
before.
didn't know there was more
The
than
box
Litos.
looks exactly the same except
Yeah.
for
The
the
Itos.
Itos at the
The
end,
Itos.
But
which
honestly,
is important. But you wouldn't think twice about it.
yeah,
It's a
I just
box.
grabbed it. It's the only one I saw there.
But
But
you're talking about beer here.
No,
Edgar
but-
was next to me.
Coronitas is what I've seen before.
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
that's everybody
Yeah,
knows.
but the box is
Modeli-
white.
yeah,
The
yeah,
box
it
is
is.
I
white
thought it
with
was the same
the
exact
No,
thing.
No,
not
no,
yellow.
It's different.
Oh, okay.
It's different. But Modelo's, y'all, they played me,
They
but
played
at the end of the
you?
day, helped me out. So
But you played
Helps
shout
extra.
out to
all out.
Modelo's.
Helped
So
us
the
all out.
24 was actually a 12, just separated.
Nah, it was
It was
like
a-
it was like an
essentially-
18.
It was like an 18.
It was like an
yeah.
It's
18.
18 ounce. Yeah, we did the math. So,
We did the math. It was like 18.
but hey, man, helped out at the end. So I'm grateful.
Oh man, that's a good experience.
So long story short, we got drunk.
and play Smash Brothers, and we're manipulated into eating seafood.
I was in
Amazing
yoga
food.
class this morning. I'm like, yo, thank you, because I'm in here right now meditating all this alcohol out of my system right now.
Which you're gonna consume tomorrow.
Oh
Nah,
my
chill.
god.
I don't know. It's German beer, so it's kind of different.
Moving back, speaking about German soccer specifically, Werder Bremen hosted Borussia Dortmund,
Oh, you forgot to mention the one thing that happened in the Madrid game, though.
which was
Oh, Hazard.
oh yes. Let's
Fractured
rewind
shin.
a little bit quickly. Hazard being
my
injured
rewind.
out. I think it was an ankle injury.
Fractured chin.
Fractured shin, and he's out for pretty much
2 months.
Yeah, which is very close to being the rest of the season.
Mhm.
Gareth Bale 2.0.
So, all right, we're gonna put it out on the bench right now. Because of this injury, is Hazard now considered a flop? A flop
No,
buy?
it's injury. It's injury. So
He's had a flop season, maybe.
yeah, bad season. But again, he's missed most of the season. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's hard to say. Like, I
And
mean,
it-
yeah,
it-
granted, the beginning he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, they were actually they were talking about. I was listening to a podcast and they were saying that he started Real Madrid on the wrong foot. He came in like a little overweight. It took him a long time to like get into the team. Once he actually started to get into the groove of what playing for Real Madrid is, he got injured. He gets back, plays 2 games, gets injured again. So it's like
Le está yendo de la chingada.
Yeah, man.
Pretty
He's the new
much.
he's the new made of glass,
for
dude.
real.
Like you
Dembele
said,
2.0 here.
Dembele and Bale combined, because now he's missed more games than he's played for the club, right?
Yes.
In the same season.
The same
Yeah.
season.
No, I mean it's a bad
So there,
season.
there are a lot of people that are, they have their pitchforks out and the torches and everything, saying like, they got the shorter end of the stick, to make a reference to what you said earlier. They put out 150 mil for this.
Yeah.
guy.
I mean, if you follow Hazard's career, he's always had one off year and then one amazing year. So next year's gonna be an amazing year for him.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
With,
Well, I hope not, but
with Haaland and Mbappe on to his right.
yeah, right.
I
Mbappe-
Yeah, dang.
Mbappe's going to Liverpool
No, he's not. He
with
would never
Timo
do
Werner.
No, bro, no. So before we jump into the German league, actually, there was one game that I didn't want to overlook because I don't want people to get mad at us for being biased. Barcelona 1-5 now. Okay.
I mean,
so-
hold on. Before, I know I don't want to continue, but I do want to say,
Yeah.
whatever his name is, Braithwaite,
Braithwaite.
Braithwaite,
Yeah,
whatever.
That's
Has,
wire.
He already tied Hazard with.
no,
the
he
assist,
has
though.
more assists than Hazard.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he has
Two
now.
assists. Well, let's be real, they were fucking lucky assists, but
No, they were.
he has more assists than Hazard. So I mean, you know,
Stats go.
Put that in
He's doing better.
Yeah.
For
I
18
mean-
that million.
I mean, to his defense, it's not that hard to just pass it to Messi, and Messi does something amazing. So
I want to see it go against the big clubs, but whatever.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, we
17th
will
place
this weekend.
Ibar, like,
That's true.
you know,
Big club like Levante or something like that.
wow.
Yo, who did Barcelona lose earlier in the year that everybody was like bashing on them for?
Wasn't it? Didn't they lose to Betis and then they also lost to Granada?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, it's one game. It happens.
It happens.
We're
It happens
still
to
top
the
You
great
three.
ones.
can't,
It's all
you
good.
can't have a perfect year.
So after, I think it was after Messi not scoring since 2020 started, I believe that was the stat.
I'm not
He put 4 goals past Ibar. And how do you guys feel about that? I don't know if you guys saw the tweet that they put out, and it's like, oh, te sufrimos.
Oh yes, I did see it.
I don't know, te halagamos or te la.
almost.
Vamos
Yeah,
and
something
all
like
that stuff.
we
So-
suffer you, we battle you, something like that.
It's like all we can do is stand and applaud you. And it's like, bro, seriously?
Elbar said that to Barca.
Correct. They tweeted that out after the game.
Actually,
Actually, no,
I
I'm-
about I about
Yo,
did that?
I'm gonna look it up because
Game
I thought it
recognized
was
game.
a little bit. I thought it was a bit much.
Wait, I about said it about to Messi.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, to
After
Messi or
match?
to Barca?
No, to
Yeah,
Messi.
Messi.
That shows the mentality of the club.
Mentality of the league. Look, even searching Ibar on Twitter it goes Ibar Messi tweet. That's how.
It's just not because I mean the league. I want to say the league because not everybody does it, but the fact that they're doing that they got fucking manhandled is kind of like
So
all right, you have a weak
so in
mentality.
Spanish, to read the original one, it goes: Te sufrimos, te padecemos, te sobrellevamos, y no nos queda otra que ponernos de pie y aplaudirte. And then they tagged at Team Messi, so it was
It's directed to him.
directed to him.
I mean, I'm a big NBA fan, so I see NBA players
how-
always big up like LeBron and shit. So I
that's
mean, it's not
different
it's
though.
not
That's different.
it's not nothing new to me.
I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as kind of a classy thing almost.
Because it's Barcelona or
No,
Messi,
no,
but
no,
I want
I-
to see it to any other.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see it to Ronaldo and see all the haters.
I was
come
actually
out.
gonna say even
Well,
if-
when
I
we clapped
think-
him,
At Juventus, it's
Juventus.
different, but he went to Juventus. So at the end of the day,
and
I
that
gotta
was
put up for them.
and that was to go. That
Does
was,
this mean that Messi's going to?
that was for a championship.
Yeah, that was a champions.
If-
League.
Yeah,
if-
it wasn't a league game against 17th place Ibar.
right? It was
Nah,
like fairly
Twitter
new.
started in 09.
Like,
But like-
I don't mind
But like
fans
during
applauding.
that during the Ronaldinho era, if Twitter or social media was as big as it is now,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
he
sure
would've got all the
would've gotten
praise,
a
yeah.
tweet like that or something like that.
I,
So
I,
it's just,
I don't care if like fans applaud what you've done on the pitch, but when your team itself is kind of giving credit to another player, it's kind of like, all right, what about our
Well,
players? Why
that's
don't
the
we why
thing.
don't we back up our players?
Yeah.
Like let's show some strength
That's
behind
your
our guys
team.
instead of going to suck some other players.
Yeah, well, the
So-
thing is that
Ego.
But-
Ronaldo, it was the fans
Thank
that
you.
did
Thank
it.
you for saying ego.
This time, it was a team. That's different. That's weird.
No, but how is that different? Like all right,
One of the fans, the other one's a team?
When other teams like that play against Ronaldo, to not use Messi, they also compliment him in interviews and stuff like that. How is that different?
No,
And it could be coaches like Ronaldinho and champions.
That's
all right,
different,
so
but when a
it's not
club,
different.
the
It's-
club, yes, it is
they are
different.
they're representatives of the club.
Yeah, but there's been presidents before that talked about Ronaldo and Messi.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm
but
saying.
the
Right.
thing is that
I
the
mean, the
club
only
puts
difference
out
now
an
is that it's on
official
social-
statement. It's like, why can't our club say, all right, we lost this team, next time we'll come back stronger? Instead, Messi, you're so good, this is why we suck and lost 4-1 to you guys.
Not
like that-
even 5-0.
5-0, I'm sorry, 5-0, even worse. But like, that's like, it's kind of like, shows the mentality of the team itself is like, we're weak-minded, like, oh man, you're so good, this is why we can't beat you. No, it should be like, all right, we lost 5-0, we'll get back up next game, but we'll keep trying harder. But no, it's like, all right, Messi, you're so good, we'll just lose to you every single time because we fucking want to stroke your ego.
I'm gonna make a comparison to like boxing, like when
Sure.
Mayweather was active. And I don't like Mayweather, but
Yeah,
other
yeah.
boxers, after the fight they lose, and they say, it's just so hard. Like we can
That's
just sit there
different.
and watch. And
That's different.
so you're watching, getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, no, it's different.
But
But that's
how
one
is-
on one though. That's
I-
one on one.
I would
But
agree
it's-
that that's different because it's one on one. Here you have not just
It's a
the
team.
team, the organization through their official Twitter say, "Oh, we have no
I
other
know.
chance."
Yeah,
They-
but
they
that's
could've
what I'm saying.
worded it
Like,
differently.
I'm an NBA fan, so I see it all the time with LeBron. I'm sure, like, if social media was around when Michael Jordan was around, then it would have been for him too.
Yeah, I don't.
So that's
I
why
don't
it doesn't
know.
bother me.
I personally think that they misworded it. Like if they wanted to put a statement out like that, they should have said something first about their team, about we lost today, blah blah blah. Next time with Bessie's brilliance, we might be able to, instead of letting him score 4,
Yeah,
let him
but
score
they-
2.
they-
But so make it about the team first, and then about Messi second, not Messi.
So there,
Messi.
there are people here that are saying, like, I'm just looking through some of the latest for other people's reactions, and someone's saying here, like, in Spanish, I'm translating it real quick. If I were a fan of Ibar, this tweet would give me absolute embarrassment. They beat you, they slap you 5-0, and no other thing comes to your mind other than get down on your knees and give a little suck off to Messi. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't care if fans applaud. We see it all the time.
Yeah,
we see it. We
and he
see
deserves
it.
it, but
Stadium,
come on.
sure, but
Yeah,
now
But
it's
that's
like,
the fans in the stadium.
Exactly.
Right.
But now the club itself is not even supporting the players that went out there and put their blood and tears onto that pitch. But they're gonna stroke the ego of the guy who just gave him 4 goals. I'm sorry, scored 4 goals on them. It's kind of like weak. My mind is weak. That's weak mentality for the club itself.
for the club.
Yeah.
So we're a bit divided on opinion for the tweet. It gives
What
us
do you
something.
guys think?
It gives us something to talk about, but we'd like to know what you guys think. Let us know, especially what your thoughts are. Is this something that is okay in your eyes? If you were an Ibar fan, would you be embarrassed for this? Or depending if you're, Team Messi or Team Ronaldo or neither, how do you see this? A
Haaland.
club coming out and
Team
putting out a
Haaland.
tweet like this for another team. Moving really quickly to the German league though, because what I wanted to bring up is Eric's boy and pretty much our boy Haaland, because we're all
I'm getting a
Like
jersey.
fans.
I guess we're all unofficial fans of this wonder kid. He scored another one in a 2-0 win over Werder Bremen, and it put them in a really good position for the league. We had Red Bull RB Leipzig putting up a nice show, them scoring 5 goals as well in the German league. So it's heating up for anyone who hasn't thought about Bundesliga or considered Bundesliga. At least now this season is a good, let's say, sampling platter of the excitement that can happen in that league.
And I mean, if you want any, more Bundesliga news specifically, follow our guy. Welcome to the Bundesliga. He has strictly German soccer content going on. It's actually pretty cool. If you don't really follow the league that much, especially this season that's so tight.
Hell yeah.
As she said.
He's
Oh
on
my
it.
God.
Andrew's on it. So
Yeah, so
I'm
it's-
gonna see if we can get him sooner than later. I know he's a big Bayern fan.
At some point.
So
Sure.
let's see if we get him on Thursday for.
So-
after the
I'm
Champions League.
gonna text him, see if he can come on Thursday.
So Bayern Munich are first with 49 points. Leipzig moved into second with this win. They have 48. Borussia Dortmund are not far behind with 45. And then you have Mönchengladbach rounding out the top 4 with 43 points. There's some more Champions League coming this week, which we'll talk about later on as we wrap up this review. But it's really come down to wire. And it's nice to see that they're scoring goals, actually pretty good goals.
Team goals.
Team goals,
Team
yeah.
goals. Exactly my
Same,
point.
man. Borussia, bro, this season, man. I'm just so excited to watch him play.
So moving into Italy in Serie A, there was 2 things actually that I wanted to bring up. There's one stat for Cristiano's favor, like I've said, and some of us would agree here too. He really turns up, I guess, his performances when it comes to Champions League time. And so he scored again, his 11th consecutive match scoring a goal. I think that either ties or breaks
I think
a
it
Serie
broke.
A,
I think it
a
broke.
Serie A record, if not Juve. But I will look that up actually. So I'm sure. But I do know that it's the 11th consecutive match. They beat out Spal 2-1 after his goal. But I think the biggest headline though is that there were 4 matches that they postponed due to coronavirus outbreaks.
Yeah, I actually had to give me the breakdown. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
And then they're actually worried about Barcelona now that we were just talking about Barcelona, because Barcelona just made it to Italy right now to play against Napoli.
The thing was
So-
They were gonna
with
get
that though.
tested as well, right?
They
All
get tested the
players.
minute they walk into the airport and they go through customs. There's people there just taking the temperature. Every single person has to be taking the temperature.
Well, the outbreak happened in North Italy. If you know, the Italian geography, Naples is right in the middle, so shouldn't really be an issue at the moment. But
You
I guess
never
we'll
know.
see how it progresses
Yeah.
throughout the month.
So the 4 matches that were put off, the most, I guess, not in any offense, but one of the bigger clubs that are chasing for this top 4 race, Inter was supposed to host Sampdoria. A lot of those matches were just straight out postponed. I know one of them decided to be switched to a closed doors match, so there's going to be no fans in attendance.
That sucks.
So looking at this right now and looking at this outbreak, what would that mean? Like,
Well,
can we even think about that for a little bit? Like, what would that mean?
That means tomorrow we can't drink Coronas
Oh my God.
at the bar.
I guess you prefer modelitos.
Yeah. Yo,
It's good.
What's
Yeah.
a joke?
No.
I'm pointing for that. I'm pointing for the palito.
Oh, damn, Diego, I want to give you a card.
Yeah.
Bro.
Preemptive.
Joke, yo.
It was
Preemptive.
I. It was I. I'm gonna give
That
you
was
that
a Ricky one. That was a Ricky one.
It kind of sounded like a Ricky one, so I was pointing for the little sticks.
Okay. Listen, he's just pointing and wiggling his finger.
Yeah, I should
they're
have
right
mentioned
next to each
that.
I
other.
was
Too
gonna
far.
say I'm going to a German bar, so it's gonna be German beer, even though I don't want to fucking drink. But
Yeah, we're gonna drink, so.
if we're around Germans,
no.
I don't have a choice.
No, but on a serious note, this coronavirus, it's insane, man. Like, obviously, we've all seen the news. You've seen how the Chinese government is responding to, checking people on the streets and everything. I'm sure, have you seen the fishnet video?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like, it feels like an apocalypse in a way,
It's getting very
There have been outbreaks here, from my understanding. People have been let go out of the hospital that were later on diagnosed with coronavirus. So,
Yep.
I don't know, man. Just
Scary.
yeah,
It is
just
scary.
say, just be
Scary.
what's it, hygienic, I guess is the word.
Yes, keep good hygiene. Make sure you wash your hands. Don't touch anything. Avoid touching your mouth, your eyes, your nose, anything like that. Any
Avoid the
mucous
chicken.
membranes. The one thing that I
chicken.
do know, not because I'm not claiming to know everything about like the medical side of it, but apparently it hasn't gotten to the point where it's airborne, which is good. Because once it does, then that means
We're all dead.
Yeah, that means no. Doesn't mean that we're all dead. It just
Oh.
means it's a lot harder to
Sorry, bro.
keep safe. at that point.
Darwinism, survival of the fittest.
Oh my God.
It's the new
Eddie,
world,
what's wrong with you?
new world
bro?
order.
Oh
Just
my
gonna
God.
start all over.
What a grim take.
I'm so
He's
drinking
like-
tomorrow to get this out of my head, bro.
Yo, we're all about to get Thanos snap, so
Oh my God.
it is what it is, bro.
That's fucked up.
That's messed up. Bro.
Let me just make it to May, and after that, I guess.
Oh,
it is
fuck
what it
off,
is.
man. Whatever, go to the next.
Bro, you know what? What if just for that the outbreaks started postponing entire leagues?
I'll be so happy.
Because this is Italy.
Nah,
That's
okay,
fucked up. That's
This
fucked
is
up.
I'm
Italy,
just kidding.
and geographically,
Sorry,
for
bro.
that part of Europe, it's very close
England,
together.
England
man.
saw this coming, and that's why they exited the European Union. So all foreigners are fucking banned from flying in. So
Wow.
I'm with it today, bro.
Yo, you are, bro. You are, bro. I can't even say anything about
Like,
it.
nah, if you guys want to see something, watch Pandemic on Netflix.
Oh.
She'll change your mind
Oh
on
my
everything.
God.
It's just crazy.
Pandemic, what's that about?
Oh, bro, it's twisted.
What we just talked about.
Yeah,
Oh,
Literally,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was some Premier League action today. We'll start with that one just so we could wrap up with Premier League before we get into Champions League and keep moving on with the episode. I just want to, like we said in the story, man, for everyone who saw that Fabianski howler, it just looks very suspicious, dude. Very, very suspicious.
That's why he's not on Arsenal anymore.
Yeah, like sometimes when you feel like things are, finally gonna change, it just always
Bro, I
goes
was
in
so
Liverpool's way. I
know
don't
what
get
happened?
it.
I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. You know what happened? I saw the 2-1, and I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing to the chat. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say shit. I'm gonna jinx it. I'm not gonna talk shit. I'm just gonna let for the game.
No, you know who jinxed it though?
I'm just gonna let. The
You know
game.
who jinxed it though?
Who did?
Gary Neville.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah,
He
the
did.
video.
He's like, watch them bottle it. Watch them bottle it.
I think he did. I
Fucking
saw
idiot.
that. I saw that. So in my eyes, in my head, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. And then I got interested because I saw the 2-1 was still there. Like late into the second half, I was like, all right, I'm gonna turn it on. I'm not even joking, guys. Like as soon as I turn on my TV, all I see is Fabianski's stupid freaking. With his like hands in front of him.
Went
He
to
pulled it
his
the
eyes.
hair. He pulled it the
Here
hair.
goes 500,000.
Bro, I saw-
Yes, thankfully,
I watched-
He spread his hands open for it so he could catch all the
cash that's
cash
coming his
that was
way.
coming down.
I watched the whole game, man, and like West Ham was really good
West
And
Ham
it
actually
sucks.
did well.
because that howler, man, it
Changed
just
the
took
momentum.
away everything that they worked for. That like they honestly, I think they could have gotten away with a 2-win.
They could have.
The 2-1, sorry,
they
but
didn't.
I mean Liverpool, man, they just things are. I'm telling you, bro, invisible season. Don't count it out, man. This is why I'm saying it because shit like this continues happening. This is fucking paranormal activity or some shit going on. I don't know, but this is nonstop.
I think it was Alexander Arnold already matching his assist record for the season,
10.
something like
I
that.
think he just reached double
Um,
digits.
Is
something
this
like
just in
that.
Premier League or in all competitions?
Prem.
Just Premier League. But we had Salah getting on the score sheet with that howler. Mane also putting one away. I do want to say though, for everyone who plays fantasy, it just doesn't happen for Firmino, does it? Like
He had one
especially-
too.
He had
Yeah,
two. He had
Yeah,
two.
he had two.
He had the first one that he like headed right by the goalpost, and then the second one that like you saw. I actually felt bad for him because he tried so hard to jump up, and it was like this.
It
much
skimmed
over
him
his
on the
head. He was
head,
like,
yeah.
"Ugh," and it just fell right to Mane for it to happen. Like
Yeah.
that would have been his goal too. But you know
So,
what?
Firmino
We
showed
move
up
on.
in Champions League, so it is
Liverpool
what it
won another game, which sucks, but it happened. Some of the other results that we want to highlight.
is.
real
I will say
quickly-
though, you can't say like the game wasn't there for West Ham because
What? It was
No,
there.
it
It
was.
was theirs.
It was.
Was it Michel Antonio
Mi-
scuffed it?
Oh my god, the one he
Oh,
trapped.
1-on-one.
Mikel
Yeah, he
Antonio,
received the
and,
ball and just gave it to
And then the dude that made the
Ugh.
beautiful run,
Bowen,
yeah,
With the through ball.
who couldn't chip it
Yeah,
over.
he choked
Alisson's
on
head.
that. He choked on that.
So the game was there for West Ham. They
It
just,
was,
couldn't capitalize.
but like we said, when you get your luck, you just have to go for it.
Yeah, man. It's invisible
deserve
season, bro, is
whatever.
coming, and I'm scared. I'm just.
It's not,
I'm,
bro.
I'm depressed.
It's
It's
not.
over, man.
It's
The rain
not.
is over.
I'm still hanging
Arsenal
on
fans
to
everywhere.
a sliver of dignity.
We'll sit together on this.
Yeah,
one,
we
man.
we just tied City for the 18 unbeaten.
Oh yes, that's right. That's another thing too. Chelsea Spurs. So you have Lampard beating his.
Oh, you
beating
guys
his
know how I feel about
mentor.
Spurs. So
You know when the
Oh,
apprentice has overcome the master, something like that.
What? Hold on. VAR is. I think this is it. I think this is the final case. Like VAR's officially been shit, and everybody has to agree with it. Like, there's no way that wasn't a red card.
And to come out afterwards and say
Mid
sorry.
game, mid game,
Say
20
sorry,
minutes after
sorry,
they said no red
guys.
card.
no, it wasn't even after the game, bro. I think it was like at halftime.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it was.
yeah,
it was
20 minutes
right-
after the
20
incident,
minutes
they're
after
like,
the
"Oh, no red
incident.
card." Oh, you know what? Maybe it was a red card. And on top of that, they don't want to do a retroactive action because of it.
Right.
After
should
they
have done
said,
that.
yeah, because they said it was a red card. It's just.
I
oh my
think
God,
Well,
man.
what someone had posted is that I'll pose this question to Rick and Marco to bring you guys in. They had said that this is the final straw that referees should be able to look at the incidents on pitch side monitors.
You should have started doing that from the beginning.
I don't know, bro. At this point, I just think they should get the refs from the Bundesliga to coach the Premier League ones.
The
'Cause
thing
this
is,
is
the
ridiculous.
ref on the pitch supposed to have the last say,
Correct.
right?
Right.
But they're not, because somebody in their ear is telling them what the call is. So they should look at it, and then if he fucks up, then it's his fault. If he doesn't, then good, he made a good call. But the ref on the pitch should make the decision and should have his own say on how the play went.
So
down.
the rumor has been that from the get they're saying that the head of the PGMOL, the referee league for especially that militate in the FA, they don't want pitch side monitors. They don't want that added 30 seconds or so. But I feel like
Forever as it is.
But I feel like it would actually make things a lot easier as
Well,
far as coming with
but
a final decision.
It works out in Bundesliga though. Like they don't
Yeah.
take freaking
Well,
5 minutes or anything.
Look
It
at every
works-
league.
It works as long as the TV's working.
Oh yeah, there was that incident over the
But
weekend.
if you look
yeah.
at every league, La Liga, even MLS, Bundesliga, like they
Everybody
do
have
it.
TVs.
Everybody they do
Yeah,
it
they all
properly,
use
and there's
TVs.
you barely hear, if any, complaints about it. The Premier League are just they're
Sure,
trying to
because the
the
person taking is the person on the
they're
pitch.
trying to be separate because Premier League is the best league in the world, and they want to do it their own way, but it's obviously not fucking working like that. I think there was another incident that same weekend too, with Man City that they didn't call.
Oh yes.
So it was just-
We'll get to
oh
that.
my
We'll get to
God.
that too. We'll get to that too. So Lampard getting this 2-1 win, getting the double over Spurs. I honestly didn't see it coming. I think losing out again on Son and Kane at this point in the season is hurting them very much. Mourinho came out doing his typical Mourinho post-match with his salty comments and stuff like that. When they asked him if he saw the incident, he's like, "No, I
Right
didn't
in
see
front
it."
of it, dude.
And he's right there. But yeah, I think it comes down to, which I had touched upon, and I stand corrected for VAR officials as far as the ones that are looking at the footage. When they have their own interpretations, and you don't have consistency. And if it's at least the ones on the pitch that see this all the time, maybe then we'll have a bit more consistency as far as the calls. But yeah, I I don't know what they were trying to do with that, with saying like, oh yeah, what actually happened was it was a red. It doesn't save any face. Like, there's no point to do that. It just makes them look so bad.
It's not about human error as well. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't understand what they were saying. It just sounded like.
This is what VAR was put in place for.
Exactly. That's
eliminate the human error.
I laughed at that a bit too, because it was like the last sentence there. It's like, oh, it was caused by human error, and it's like that's exactly what VAR was implemented.
Did
to
you
eliminate.
see the reaction to the Sky Sports analysts?
Mm-mm.
They just fucking lost their shit. They're like, this is ridiculous. What the hell is VAR doing right now? Like, this is completely the misuse of VAR, and they lost their shit. I forget the guy's name, one of the older guys there. He just went ape shit. Yeah,
just lost it.
Was it Robbie?
no, it was the other guys. I forget who.
Moving real quick to Leicester versus
Mike?
City. There was a free kick, right? It was a free kick. It was put into the box, and De Bruyne clearly has. So there's a division of camps here. A lot of people saying that he was protecting his face, but in the replays and in the images, you see both of his hands up, like in an X, to his side, and his head is not even directly behind his hands.
When is that natural position?
Right.
That's not a natural position.
Like natural position is like.
Not even that. The way I was taught, go like put your elbow over your face, and then other one cover your jewels. But I was.
Yeah, that's what you always taught. Protect your nose and your nut.
Yeah.
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 The family
jewels.
family name.
So you guys think that should have been also
Yeah.
penalized?
Yeah.
with VAR?
man.
Yeah,
It's
I
just-
think so.
That, like you said, inconsistencies. Again, that was not a natural movement. And he even held the ball against, I forget whose back it was,
I
but,
think it was Rodri, if I'm not mistaken. That was also on the wall.
but the one I was very split on was the Ederson one.
Right.
That one,
I don't know. I don't know
know.
about that one, man.
He got the ball, but he did knock the hell out of Iheanacho. He
He cleared him out.
He-
Yeah.
he
He punched
he
him in the
feared
face
him.
almost. Yeah.
'Cause I know,
Yeah, he did
I know
fear
one
him,
of the
dude.
one of the pundits made the comparison like what would happen if like the ball was rolling on the floor. So
That's why. Yeah. Then it
Yeah.
becomes up to interpretation,
Yeah.
I guess. But we had City nicking a 1-0 win with a goal from Jesus. And then the last two matches, just to round it out, we have United hosting Watford, getting a 3-0 win. Bruno Fernandez already making returns, going up in fantasy, which is going to be a headache.
How much is he now?
I think he's like 8-2. He already
wow.
went up by 0.2.
and then Marshall with a worldie.
Marshall with a beautiful goal.
He makes that, but misses like
Yeah, but misses
fucking
sitters. It's crazy.
Coutinho 2.0.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I
Yep,
think it was
pretty
I think
much.
I think it was in Europa that he had like this one chance right in front of goal, and then he like chips it right over the bar. He's like right in the 6 or something like that. But then he does stuff like this today.
Yeah.
So it's very up and down. But it was actually a nice way to see Fernandez get 2 assists. Greenwood also on the score sheet.
That penalty he drew was very nice, actually.
It was-
the way he
it was
got
good.
past the keeper.
It was good. But again, is Watford. They move up to 5th, and the league keeps going. Not much on that. To round it out, Arsenal hosting Everton on Sunday. I thought it was really interesting seeing Calvert-Lewin get on the score sheet a minute in, and then Aubameyang answers back
With a
23
Thierry
seconds.
Henry-esque goal.
with a class finish. I think it was 36 seconds into the second
I
half.
think, 30-20. I forget what it was, but
But then they ran out 3-2 winners. It looked like they were pretty much in control for most of this game. I think
Yo,
it
but
was
honestly,
also-
what was David Luiz doing on that?
I don't blame him. The first one?
The
no,
first
it
one?
I
was
blame
the only one.
Mustafi.
No, David Luiz. Actually,
It was David
Mustafi
Luiz.
is actually
you can
doing
see
really
his-
good right now. I don't.
Yeah,
You can
no.
see his
Mustafi-
fro in
Yeah,
the
it
replay.
was-
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
Mustafi.
David Luiz.
Mustafi
Mustafi.
covers David Luiz's ass
Yeah.
multiple times in this game.
Like, legit, Mustafi looked better than David Luiz. But no, I blame Kolasinac in that one because he got dragged all the way back by Yedi Mina. And Yedi Mina just just constantly played everybody on side,
played
which
everyone
led everything to
onside.
happen. But I mean, one thing about Arsenal, I want to say, man, this is how it happens to me every game.
They're interesting to watch.
Yeah, they're
I'll tell
interesting,
you-
man. For a
tell you
neutral,
that
it was a
much.
great game. They punched me in the face. I'm like, oh, but then they started, teasing me, giving me this little massage. Then they score another goal, and they get me more excited. I'm like, oh my god, like this is amazing. And they fucking punch me in the nuts. I'm like, oh my god. But then Aubameyang, man.
Bro, you sound like you're in an abusive relationship.
Yeah,
I am. That's what I'm trying to say, Marco. Hello.
You, isn't
should
it a
know that,
we?
Marco.
Not a
Well,
you,
I
it's a
mean,
we.
The way that
It's a
he's
we,
describing
bro.
it,
Listen,
it kind
bro.
of sounds like he's in an abusive relationship.
Reason
No,
why-
no, you
How
told
do you
me
see it,
you
Marco?
told me in DC what
I
happened.
see it like
so.
this. Well, I cover it because I'm not sure what's gonna happen.
yeah.
I'm afraid.
So,
So
you
an
told
It's
me
like
what
a
happened in
scary
DC.
movie. I'm like, I watch it like this. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
So
when I
I'm
cover
afraid.
I'm like,
I'm
oh,
like,
100%, man.
like,
Like,
damn it.
but one thing I will say about this game is that Everton, I think, are the only team to have the most points aside from Liverpool, second half of the season.
Correct.
Yes,
That's
yes.
right.
So
You guys
It's-
too.
it's
You
just-
guys are
haven't
haven't
lost.
lost since
Yeah,
the
we're
new,
undefeated.
the new year. Yeah.
but it's signs for hope. It's signs for hope, man. You know, this is like
I don't know why you signed, bro. You got to watch out because you guys are gonna be teetering until the end of the season.
I guess
so.
no, I'm not. I'm not disagreeing with that.
We're
But
4 points off of Man U, which is very
very
uplifting.
close. And if we continue this form, man, Arteta is doing wonders with the team, with the little time he's had, with the players that he's
the
had.
one thing that I was hearing the NBC guys talk about was that they said that he has to do what Emery wasn't able to do, figure out who are going to be his starters.
Yeah.
And because he's been playing around with a lot of players,
and
right now.
he gave more time to Saka. I personally would give credit to Saka because now he keeps notching assists for the season at 18.
He's not even a defender.
At 18, you know, playing out of position, that's something that has to be recognized.
even though his second half he was way off.
Yeah, second half he
Oh,
was
sure.
he was
Yeah.
definitely, you know, giving me a heart attack.
He's proving at least
10
attacking wise,
10 assists.
he has he contributes to the team that way.
Yeah.
100%.
And as
And I
long
think
as
that's
he
something
has-
that's going to give Arteta something to think about and maybe
Yeah.
not playing him in that position anymore.
Yeah.
And hopefully pay attention to what you're saying and figure out your starting 11 right.
And as long as he has Shaka covering his ass when he's making those big runs,
Man,
he's good.
That's my biggest takeaway with Arteta, at least, is that he's brought in these players back from the graveyard. Ozil, Shaka, Mustafi. Like, he's bringing these players, bringing their confidence up, and they're doing it. They're
Yeah.
showing the work. They're showing the class. Pepe with another assist. Aubameyang
Yeah,
with the-
I'm
with
pretty-
that Henri's fit. It was
Yeah,
oh,
I'm pretty
God.
sure he talked to Pepe too. Be like, yo, man, you gotta attack these players. That's what we brought you in for, and
Yeah,
that's what
he's
he's doing.
doing
He's
it.
attacking the players.
He got an assist
Right.
this weekend too.
I mean, listen, Emery was just he was a flop.
No, look, and what I like about Arteta right now is that he's also being honest about like the Obama and not
Oh.
knowing if he's gonna be out. He's gonna
That's
be with
another
us
thing
next
too,
season.
which I wanted to touch
Huge.
on and kind of wrap up
Arsenal
like
talk.
our thoughts on or your thoughts on this game. Aubameyang now moves into the tied top spot with Vardy, 17 goals for the season. And immediately after this match, almost immediately, I started seeing tweets and posts about, you know, his future is uncertain. So being Arteta, putting yourself in his shoes, what do you prioritize? You know, giving Aubameyang what he wants to convince him or getting the most out of him before he eventually leaves?
I mean, at this point,
Getting the most
give
out
him
of it.
whatever he wants.
You sure?
I give him whatever he wants, man. This is 2 seasons back to back where he's leading the race for Golden Boot, and he's literally carrying us to where we can end up.
clearly is.
And with 17 goals right now, it's hard to say he's not slowing. It's hard to say he's slowing down because he's really not, especially with what we're seeing from our younger players.
Mm.
I say give him whatever he want, man. But it's gonna be hard because, you know, when the Barcelona comes knocking or whatever comes knocking, you know, he's not.
It's Champions League, bro. If Arsenal manage to
Exactly.
get a Champions League spot, I can't see Aubameyang
I
leaving.
mean, now it's
It
a
goes
little
with Arteta.
easier, but
I mean, Arteta said it like, listen, man, we're all about convincing these guys for the future, and it's pretty much saying, guys, next season he wants to get Champions League, obviously. You know, that's obviously the goal. That'd be a successful season for us.
it's a good thing for you guys. You guys are like in 2 different competitions to make it to Champions League.
Exactly.
At the moment,
So if Arteta, I mean, his whole I guess motto right now is let's build for the future. So if Aubameyang is willing to stick it out, get a nice paycheck out of it too, I mean, I'm with it, man. You know, Ozil is also uncertain. We don't know if he's gonna be there next season. So
he's saying he's really using him right now.
he's really utilizing him. As I'm saying, like he's brought out these players back from the grave, and it's
so
it's
doesn't-
exciting, also nerve wracking, but we'll see what happens at the
The
end
only
of the
thing
season.
with Ozil, man, those massive wages, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what I'm
But
saying.
like he's bringing down egos too, because he even came out and said like Ceballos, I didn't know how to deal with him. Like he was struggling with Ceballos, so he benched him, and then Ceballos himself had to like realize what he was
And
doing.
he's looked phenomenal.
And now he's like, all right, now you want to play? You want to be part of the team? All right, let's start.
Guendouzi
And
too.
then now that's when he's starting to use him. Now he's starting him off and everything.
Wasn't that Ceballos' issue in Madrid too? Like his
He wanted to
ego,
play.
his ego. and
Yeah, it
stuff?
was his
Yeah.
ego, and but Arteta was like, nah, not here, not
Guendouzi,
now.
and he also had a falling out with Guendouzi, and that's why he didn't even bench him. That's not the squad. So I mean, and that's everybody's coming out and saying that Aubameyang, Xhaka, Laka, they're all saying that they're loving what Arteta's kind of bringing to the team is discipline and character, and just wanted to fight for the team. So
Yeah, it's because I think
we'll see.
when they saw Arteta walk into the into a locker room, they saw like what he did with Pep. So it's like,
yeah,
it's like a respect kind of thing.
Right now, Marco's saying there are 4 points off of fifth spot, which we're gonna treat as the
Champions League.
impromptu Champions League spot.
At the moment until the appeal.
Right
and
at the
then-
moment.
I hope they get that
But
ban.
No,
I hope
no
they get that
asterisk, no
ban.
asterisk. I mean, at the moment, I would
I
hope that they
want-
stick
I
with
want-
that. You
Did
know?
you see what the City
Championship.
fans were saying? Fuck UEFA or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, if you get banned, I want to see you chanting that at the end of the season, bro. Be salty as hell.
Yeah, when they don't get
But-
those
They have
paychecks from
fans?
Champions League, man.
But-
the 2-3 people that were there.
Yeah, the 3 people that were they had. Yeah, I know. Arsenal still have Leicester. They have Spurs. They have Liverpool. Sorry,
Man City.
and Man City left.
Hard
Into
schedule.
the run in. There are about 11 matches left into the season, so it's going to be a hard run in. And also, like counting all those teams from United down, so it'd be United, Spurs, Sheffield, Wolves, and Arsenal. Like that's a hard pack because all of these teams are capable of winning their next batch of matches, and they have. From what I'm looking at, as far as like their schedule, they have a good maybe month or so where each of those teams have an easy run in. You know, they're playing bottom sides. Aside from Arsenal that have, you know, these last like top 4 matches coming up in their last 11. Do you see which of these which of these 5 teams do you see making the cut?
Wolves.
Wolves is in what, like top 6?
No, in the 5th spot. So
Oh,
right now
like
it's
who's
the
making
fifth
the
spot.
fifth
in the
spot?
5th spot because right now it's United,
Oh,
Spurs,
okay.
Sheffield, Wolves, Arsenal.
I can see Spurs dropping now just because again they're missing 2 of their big players.
If I'm going by form right now, I'd have to give it to Arsenal.
Yeah, given on form, I don't want some I'm gonna say hopeful. I'm gonna say Arsenal, just because Wolves I think are gonna burn out, Sheffield are gonna burn out, and United are inconsistent when it comes to just getting the result.
I thought Wolves were
So-
gonna burn out because of Europa League, but
And
they're
they
still
haven't.
hanging
So
in.
they're starting to
so-
scare me a little bit, but yeah, I mean Spurs, and again, I mean Mourinho's toxic, so I just give that to him.
Yeah, we'll still have a handful of heavy matches to come up. Chelsea at the end of the season, Everton, Arsenal.
Even Chelsea, they're
Spurs.
barely hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, Chelsea's
are.
barely
teetering
hanging on
too.
by a
I
thread.
really want Chelsea to drop so bad.
It's you and me both, man.
Chelsea
You and
dropped so
me
bad.
both.
So that wraps up our Premier League review for the weekend. There are some awesome matches coming up this week, though, for Champions League. And Eric, you were mentioning stopping by a specific bar to watch this Chelsea Bayern match.
Yeah, so Eddie, myself, I believe you are too, right? And the Bayern fan in the group, which is Vlad, who's been our cameraman for these adventures to the bars in New York. Vlad we're gonna go watch this game at Smithfield.
Smithfield Hall,
Smithfield
yes.
Hall in New York.
Official
have-
Bayern Munich bar.
Yeah, also whatever. We won't mention that part. But I guess
Official United bar. Thank you.
drink some German beers out there. So Eddie and I will be very intoxicated by tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully we're gonna have some interviews posted for you guys tomorrow.
Correct.
Diego gonna be on the microphone because again we're gonna be pretty intoxicated by that time. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be awesome. Going to these bars, getting fan reactions, getting our faces out there, so that way they know who we are. And they come back to our channel or to our
Yo.
Instagram and see it. It's motivating.
Because of you guys, I'm gonna end up having to do a pilgrimage to Nepal and freaking meditating on the top of the mountains and
Yes,
shit.
oh my god. The second game of the day though is we're gonna go over some quick predictions so that way it's set in stone, and we'll see who's way off
All I know is we
by
were
the end
all
of
wrong
tomorrow.
last week.
Yeah, we all were.
We were?
really
For,
wrong
at
last week.
least for the Atletico one.
Oh
Yeah, that's really
shit,
good one,
man.
for sure.
I predicted that. I just wasn't here to say it.
All right, so Chelsea, Bayern, and we also have Napoli hosting Barcelona. Napoli, unfortunately, they aren't the threat that they were earlier in the season. They've really dropped off
Yes.
since then. So that's a big factor.
Since Ancelotti
Chud.
left.
Chucky's gonna be up for
Yeah.
grabs in the summer. Just
Right, they're
saying.
hanging
I
on to
mean-
sixth. They have picked up a
Chucky,
bit of
what's on?
form since beating
Lozano?
Juventus in the league. So they have 4 wins in their last 5 matches. So they've kind of recovered a little bit. So we'll start right now first with Chelsea v Bayern at Stamford Bridge. Eddie, can you give us a score prediction?
I'm gonna just reiterate what Fernando said because I asked him like, "Yo, what you think of the game?" I'm just happy we're in Champions League. So that's a Chelsea fan for you. So I'm gonna go 2-0 Bayern.
2-0 Bayern. All right, Eric.
I actually agree with Eddie on this one.
2-0?
I'm gonna give it. I give it 3-1. I think Chelsea's gonna get on the score sheet, but
3-1.
3-1. Yeah.
Marco.
3-0.
3-0 for.
Chelsea will not be on it.
That's Stamford Bridge. Wow.
0 Chelsea. Bayern's definitely gonna take it.
Bayern's gonna take it
Oh,
that
yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Ricky.
Originally, I was gonna say 3-1, but then I'll change it 2-1 just to be different.
2-1 to
2 Bayern.
I mean, he
Bayern.
said 2-1, so I don't know.
Nah,
No, he said
2-0.
2-0.
I said
Pay
3-1.
attention.
He said 3-0. What's yours?
I mean, as
So-
long as Neuer doesn't do some crazy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
oh.
true.
Tries to do a rainbow
That's-
flick.
Hoping
Listen,
that he
that's
doesn't
what I
do
was
something
about to say. That's what I was
stupid.
about to
That's why,
say.
that's why I'm giving Chelsea the goal because
He's gonna do something
he's gonna do
stupid.
something stupid.
Try to do a rainbow flick.
So a
and
big
then,
thing.
Then
This
Abraham
is the thing. As much as I want Chelsea to get obliterated, because it would also put them in. Because don't forget, guys, this is the last remaining London club that they haven't thrashed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they ran train through Arsenal. They
Yeah,
ran train
multiple times.
through Spurs, and now Chelsea fans were really smug at the beginning of the Champions League season. Kind of smiling about the fact that they haven't been run train by Bayern. But a big factor, and I want to bring this up to you guys.
I mean, now I wanted them to actually do it.
Tammy Abraham is back.
Yeah.
And they finally, I think Lampard finally realized that he has Giroud on his damn team, so he started him. Barkley
little
and
too
Mount,
late.
so. And I'm not sure as far as what's happening with like their defensive issues because they did have an own goal, albeit it was a bit unlucky.
Yeah, I was unlucky. Man.
So I want Chelsea to lose, but I think Lampard might do something crazy this match. I think he might do something crazy, and it you know what, Bayern are gonna score, but I think it might be again like it might be a 2-1. It might be a 2-1 to Chelsea.
To Chelsea.
I think so.
Oh God.
It might be a 2-1 to Chelsea. I think that especially because he's playing it really safe. He's played, I think, 3-5-2 in the last like 3 or 4 matches. And so Lampard has gotten very comfortable with that because he has extra coverage because he knows his defenders are complete garbage right now.
yeah, but when's the last time he played a forward like Lewandowski?
That's the thing. And I'm not counting
Because there
Bayern
is
out.
no forward like Lewandowski.
I'm
in
not
the Prem.
counting Bayern out from scoring. And you know what? I hope by saying this, I'm completely wrong and I look goofy and they get destroyed like 5 or 4-0. But in the off chance that they do pull it together, especially off the back of the Spurs win, I think it might be 2-1 Chelsea.
I hope not, bro.
So Napoli Barcelona, real quick, Marco. Well, how do you see this match going down?
2-1, Napoli wins.
2-1 Napoli wins. I like that.
Really?
I like that. I like that. Ricky,
I say 2-0 Barcelona.
2-0 Barcelona. Eric,
I'm gonna give Marco 2-1.
2-1. So 2-2-1 score lines. Eddie,
2-1 Barca.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Napoli. I think it's gonna be tight.
That's what I said.
tight. I think people are gonna realize that Napoli isn't Ibar, and
We'll see. They tweet out Messi
That's why I
afterwards.
said
and we'll
2-1
see.
Bayern.
Hopefully, yeah. hopefully Napoli doesn't tweet out Messi tweet after
Like I
this
said,
match.
Messi, mejor del mundo.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't they already tweet that?
Who?
No
Napoli?
podíamos fachar en
I don't
niente.
think so.
I heard something about Napoli greeting Messi better than they greeted Maradona.
Oh, well, yeah. There's a video of fans in Napoli when the bus came in, screaming "Ole, ole, ole, Messi, Messi, Messi." But I don't know what the
I
context
mean, I guess
was.
tomorrow's gonna be the real like bus greeting. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the tifos.
Yeah, and
go
again,
insane.
that wasn't the club itself stroking Messi's ego. There was some random fans, which I'm okay with.
No. Well, I'm gonna have to look it up. But
No, I saw
remember
what you
seeing
were
it.
talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw
Alright.
what you were talking about.
For the second match day, really quick, Lyon versus Juve. Lyon hosting Juventus at their stadium. How's that gonna go?
5-0. Fucking Ronaldo scores every single goal.
I mean, in contested shit, I think Juve's gonna win that one. I'm pretty convinced.
I mean, yeah, no, there's no way.
There's no way.
Well, which is fucked up because we also thought there's no way Liverpool's gonna lose against Atletico, and that ended up happening.
Correct.
I think
I
Ronaldo's
don't-
gonna have the Puskas goal of the year in this game.
After seeing Haaland, bro, he's like, I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up to this
Yeah,
kid.
he might. If I'm gonna give Juve a win,
How much though?
3-1.
3-1 Juve.
Because I feel like Juve is not. They'll get scored on.
They'll get scored on.
Yeah.
Ricky.
I'll leave it at that.
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna go Juve wins. The score 4-2. I don't know why.
Wow.
I don't know why. Just
I love that,
just
Ricky.
because. No, I
don't
think
know
I'm
why.
gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with a comfortable 2-0 win. Cristiano's putting on the heat, and they did struggle a little bit against this bottom place Spal. Over the weekend. I know it might not mean much, but maybe it just means that they have to kind of like drag themselves over the line, and Cristiano is the perfect person to have on your team to do it.
Yeah.
And the last match for this week in Champions League, Real Madrid taking on Man City at home at the Bernabeu. This is gonna be rough, guys, because there's, like we said, Hazard out. Benzema is misfiring when we thought it was gonna be his season because he was doing pretty well a
It's
few
still
months
his
ago.
season, but he
was
can
one
take
game.
a
It was
he
one
can take
game.
a misfire here and there.
Okay.
Sucks that it was this
Bet-
one, but
But not
Better-
here though. Not here against Man
Not
City
here.
though.
Better a misfire against Levante than a
Yeah,
misfire
Correct.
against City.
Exactly.
Correct. So I don't know who wants to take point on this one and put out a scoreline, Marco.
3-2.
3-2
Real Madrid wins.
Real Madrid. So it's gonna be a tough match.
Two
but they're
away
gonna get the win.
goals.
Bro, it's as much as it sucks. I just feel it, man. Defensively, we're not always there. We have good games, but not.
Don't you have the
always.
number one defense in the world right now?
Should be.
Wish.
If
You do, though.
If Mendy starts and Carvajal isn't an idiot, I'm gonna say
There you go. That's the thing. I'm agreeing with Eric because
'Cause-
it's true.
yeah.
Mendy or Marcelo?
Mendy.
Mendy right now. Marcelo's off.
Marcelo's off.
Way
He's
off.
way off.
But do you really think he's gonna get benched?
I think so.
I think
Might.
so.
I
He
think
played
so.
most. He played all game this past game. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's benched.
Especially
He's
against
used for-
Man City.
I wouldn't be surprised if he used for Barcelona.
Yeah.
So did Ronaldo, but he's gonna play this next game. So
But
that's what I'm saying.
I think Mendy's gonna start over Marcelo just because we saw what happened. He's getting exposed. That's right against Levante.
Actually,
So
I
Man
wouldn't.
City's gonna completely expose.
And I wouldn't be surprised that the lineup is 5 midfielders. What game was it that you said that we used to switch it up?
Just 2 games ago.
It was Atletico.
Yeah, Atletico. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he walks in with 5 midfielders, like he did with Atletico Madrid.
But that's
Because
because he
he's-
knew Atletico was gonna play with.
Counterattack.
Yeah, and then he switched
Counterattack.
it up in mid game to.
Man City's gonna put the
But
pressure
that
on.
just means that he's going to be able to control more of the midfield.
So he's gonna try to play possession.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go for the counter against Man City. I would personally think he's gonna go for the counter just because, as you said, Pep style is have the ball 80% of the time and shoot once on goal. But
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Maybe he wants to contradict. Like he wants to go against that same with that same.
I mean, it's
same
kind of hard when
game.
you're playing against KDB.
Right. That's
KDB is kind of like, in my opinion, he's probably one of the best midfielders, if not the best in the world right
So
now.
what's the score you said?
He said, I think he agreed with you at 3-2.
No. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
No.
go.
Like, no.
I can't afford those 2.
he can't afford those 2 away
I
goals.
can't afford those 2 away goals, man. I think Zidane's fully aware of that. I'm gonna give it 3-1.
3-1.
3-1.
One away goal.
One away goal.
One lucky Sterling or Jesus. Actually, no, Sterling is injured still, I think.
Right?
I think he's out. I think he's out.
Is
I think
he
he
out?
might be
I
out.
think he's out.
I don't remember if he actually had featured this weekend. I want to check that really quick. But Eddie, what do you think for Real Madrid, Man City?
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no Sterling. No Sterling yet.
So,
He is- he
so
is
it's gonna be
Man
Mar-
City's
so it's gonna be
defense is
Mars.
kind of weak too.
I mean, they do have Laporte back.
That's down to 50 something minute.
Right. He didn't really last much, but they have Bar. They have 3 clean sheets in the last 5. So with Laporte back
At the
in
same
it,
time,
back
you know,
in
at
Laporte.
this point, Man City is not gonna get any calls their way. So
I think I would go with a 2-1 Real Madrid. I think they'll get scored on maybe first by Man City, and they'll be able to turn it around in the second half. I think because of the defensive issues,
Yeah, that's what concerns me.
it's gonna be like damn. But
It's on both sides. It's not just in Real
Right.
Madrid.
Yeah, no, it's
Man
correct.
City is
Right.
definitely, I think in a bigger.
so I think it might be
Defensive.
something where it's like 1-1 at the half, and then Madrid will put one away in like the last 10 minutes or something like that for a 2-1.
How with that?
who scores?
Benz.
Ben Modric and
Rodrigo,
Valverde.
the big thing is that Rodrigo got a red
Can't
card.
play.
He can't play.
He got a red card with Castilla. So
Who scores for Real Madrid? I'm gonna give it to Benz. I'm gonna give Benz a brace, and I'm gonna give the other goal to a Tony Cruz by top of the 18 slotted in corner.
Mm-mm.
Yo,
Very
but
specific.
Man City's site said that Sterling's in line for the Madrid return.
Well,
Okay.
hopefully not.
the return, no, not this one.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it's
okay,
not gonna be
so-
this one.
okay.
Yeah.
I think that rounds it
Also,
out.
like
Eric-
all I
Ricky?
did was put Raheem Sterling on.
Nobody
Google,
cares
and
about my opinion, but
and
I think
all
they
it says is
too.
that Raheem Sterling to Madrid next season. So.
Ricky. I said that rounds it out with Ricky being last.
Oh.
Jesus.
Way to save yourself.
Christ. Ricky, please tell us what your scoreline is.
2-2.
2-2
Yeah. I like even numbers.
for no reason. I don't know why, but
There you go.
the number 2
No,
stuck in my head twice.
2-2, 1 goal in the last minute.
With a goal
Well,
in the
not
last-
last minute, but like last minutes.
Why?
Because it's gonna be intense, man.
Oh my god. Oh man. Well, we'll see. I'm actually excited for Champions League this season. Last week gave us some really good matches. Man, this week hopefully we'll get something good too.
Word.
Any last thoughts from you guys from the bench?
Yes, Ricky has something to say.
Oh yeah, Ricky has something to
What?
say.
Yeah.
Right now, you don't put
Yeah, right now, right.
Well, we had to rescind the yellow card.
Yeah,
because
for real.
of this,
There's a reason why we rescinded the yellow card.
I feel like he's gonna bash me somehow right now because I don't know anything about this.
Actually, totally the opposite. I came here to apologize to you,
Oh,
and I
going on?
wanted to ask you officially
Oh shit!
if you will be my guest.
Thank you. Yes, I will gladly go to your wedding.
Wait, that's only to reserve the date. That's not even the right invitation.
This is something, you know. Thank you. It's funny because my girl has been asking me, like, have you got an invitation yet? I'm like, no. Are we invited? I'm like, I think so. And then after this week, I'm like, I don't know if you are anymore.
It's funny
babe.
because we all got it like a month ago.
I know.
Damn, Marco's just slapping it on.
You
bro.
know this. It's not like he didn't know it.
Who's the instigator? I mean,
Because funny thing is, like, we came in, and I'm like, oh, shit, I thought Eric was already here. And then Ricky just sat there in his chair, and he's like, fuck, I forgot something. I knew I forgot something. And then
you went home to get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he
wasn't
called for
kidding
the
then.
coffee.
yeah, when he called about the Dunkin' Donuts, he's like, I have time.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you. I was
So
glad
the
to go to your
insider-
wedding.
So the
For
thing was,
everyone.
like, we were going to give him a yellow card. He was like, fuck, I forgot. I knew I forgot something.
Oh, okay.
And then he was like, I'm going to go get it. So we rescinded the yellow.
So the insider here is Ricky is having his plans for eloping later this year, and Eric was a little upset that he hadn't received an invitation yet. So thankfully,
It
we
wasn't
don't
my fault. It was the male's fault.
we don't we don't banter each other 24/7. Just the moments
me.
the moments in between. So thankfully you avoided a yellow card today, Ricky, for
It's not
forgetting.
only 24/7 and 7 days a
Yeah, I
week,
got
365 days a year.
Would that put Ricky in the lead, or?
I think I think it would have
yes.
tied it up.
Because
I
I
only
have
have one.
a running count on my phone while we get the official.
Card count? Turn?
No, I was about to say the word because that's also a safe word in the studio. Remember,
Yeah.
a blank board. So
A whiteboard.
you said it.
My bad. Sorry.
Yo, give me yellow for that. He knows. Give me yellow for that.
Nah.
Wait, what?
Come on, I don't want to be the one with the 3.
Bro,
Wait.
No, that's
said-
fucked
What is
up.
that about?
Huh?
What is that about? Safe word?
The safe
I,
word.
maybe I wasn't
Yeah,
here.
it's not a safe word. It's a trigger word.
It's a trigger word. Yeah.
You see, that's because of that. Yeah, I shouldn't get a yellow.
Maria
Oh my
para
God, you're
él.
putting it on me.
Yeah, well, it's not a safe word. Safe word is for like
I
other
said I'm
stuff.
going to use a safe word.
That's different.
Blank
That's for
board.
other stuff. A trigger word is what that is. It brings back.
I
bad
read
memories.
online that it's for
As you
other
can see,
stuff.
the word was said, and this is the reaction that came
Yeah, this
about.
is what it does.
So,
So
I said I was gonna
think
use-
it should.
I
If I get
said-
one, Diego deserves one too.
I said I'm gonna use a safe
let me
word.
consult the VAR referee right now.
Oh my God.
Liverpool, so that's what I did for now.
Wow.
I just said we
Who
don't
deserves
banter
it?
each other all the time, and
deserves
that's
it?
exactly what we're doing.
I think Marco has a point. If he gets one, then Diego deserves it. Too.
Oh, so double yellow for a little confrontation between them two.
That's crazy.
This is what it started. It's a trigger word.
Marco,
The
stop.
vote is yellow.
I can't
Yellow.
wait.
Yellow mas. Yellow mas. I don't want
You
to see it
guys-
anymore. I don't want to see it anymore. It's over.
You guys have 24 hours to appeal. So
I will appeal. I'm gonna look back. I'm gonna listen to
Whatever
this
he
damn
says,
episode.
We'll ask the
It's
smug
on the-
because
it's on the audio.
It specifically deals
Yes.
with him, so we'll consult
It's
the
on
smug.
the audio. I
That's
remember
why.
clearly saying. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Why?
We'll pay a fine.
I remember clearly saying that I was gonna use a safe word, blank board.
So
But okay.
well,
But it's not a safe
well,
word, it's a
listen,
trigger
we'll
word.
consult.
No. The trigger word is what you said.
Yeah.
We'll consult the
the
smug.
victim.
We'll consult.
Because
Yeah.
he's the one that was the one
victim.
responsible for this. So consult him and see what he thinks. But as of right now, because of the confrontation between you two, I don't want to see any more fights. Double yellow.
Yo. Oh my God, yo. I was about to end this.
So what is the
episode happy
count?
as hell.
Now it's 3.
Now-
Now it's changed. Now I have to change.
Now I got
Now
3.
Marco's in the lead.
now Marco's in
I was tied with
Marco
Edgar,
in the
but now I'm
lead
in
with 3. Marco's in the lead with 3, and I have 1 finally. Eddie's the only one who's going for the FIFA Fair Play Award right now.
The Benchwarmers fair play.
Yeah,
we'll see in
Benchwarmers
about
fair
a month because I think I'm gonna accumulate a couple.
Oh.
Oh, the smugness coming out.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Just for that. Just for that.
Preemptive in a month.
One of the last things, the reason why I asked for any last thoughts is because I wanted to end this episode with a shout out for the MLS season. Starting this weekend, boys. MLS season starting this weekend. I got my Red Bulls home jersey on. There's a new glitch kit that happened last season, and the black and red came out this season. A tribute to the Metro Stars Fire kit. Absolute fire kit. I'm loving the stripes on the shoulder. It's something that we're gonna hopefully be in attendance for moving forward during the season. So if you are a Red Bulls fan and you're listening to this,
where's our goals gonna come from?
Huh?
I said, where are goals gonna come from?
You know what? I'm very scared about that. I'm actually very worried about that. I'll be honest, but I think if
talisman.
I think if the team can focus on giving proper service to Braithwaite and actually, kind of focus him and mold him into kind of like that, like bully striker that he is, because he's big and he has a good finish. He might not be fast, but he has a good finish. Having Florian below is very big too in the midfield. Kaku also being there in the midfield.
Who's gonna block the goals?
They tied down
Ninja building walls.
They tied down.
I'm a realist, okay?
They tied down Cáceres Jr., which is, I would put him in that holding midfield role, which is big. They gave him an extension to the young Venezuelan. So yes, it's been tough times, since losing Adams, since losing Bradley Wright Phillips. I'd like to see how he does with LAFC. No love lost.
So
Bradley.
So you think the Rebels are still gonna develop, or are they gonna pull a ATL and just start traveling South America for young talent?
This is the thing. There's a big consensus among, especially Red Bulls fans, at least the ones that I know, and some of the forums that I'm into. It's like they're very split on whether they're accepting the reality that RBNY is a feeder club to the bigger Red Bulls clubs,
I don't care about development,
or if they just go out and shop, because there's talent.
I don't care about development. That's fine. I really do like the whole model of not buying crazy expensive players and bring them here in the retirement age. So just pull ATL. Just pull an ATL. Go to Central and South America for young talk. It's gonna cost you what, 5 to 10, and maybe sell them off for 30.
Well, a lot of people were kind of going real quick. They were bemoaning the transfer period because they didn't bring anybody in really.
No, they just let everybody go.
They signed Ninja. That's it.
I have a quick question. I mean, I know we have our Rebel Arena and everything when we watch the games, but does MFC have a home yet?
No.
Okay, good.
You discussed it. You just wanted to.
No, I really don't know. Because season's gonna start like in a matter of what.
They're gonna play or Yankees or City. They're not gonna be Rebels.
City's just crumbling right now, so they're probably just gonna siphon all the money from Sydney and New York.
You
guys are gonna end up playing in Rikers Island, bro, in your own little league.
Rikers Island.
Actually, that would be pretty dope.
What? That'd be dope to play in a prison yard with a bunch of inmates. I mean,
hey,
want to go play with Harvey Weinstein?
He's the coach. He's the youth developer.
Nelson Mandela played in the league in Robbins Island, so
there you go.
Yo,
imagine taking all that shit down and making a stadium right in the island. That's what I was saying. Not in the middle
City's crumbling left and right.
Bro. So. I'm so scared of that card, bro. I'm so scared.
I mean, that was gonna be. It'd be cool to play on Rikers Island.
That was close. That was close.
Complete sense.
Take all that shit down. Build the stadium there.
Okay.
But do it with the prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
Employ them.
I mean, they might be there for no reason, or
maybe
they might be there because they're all sociopaths. I don't know.
Your owner's a bunch of freaking criminals too, so like.
It makes sense to go there.
Makes sense.
I mean,
he's on fire today, bro.
He is on fire today.
Eddie is on fire today. If I was like, shit, I got nothing to say.
He drank some of the Bantu juice. So hopefully this means for the new season.
Must be all that Cajun food.
You're welcome.
Hopefully this is.
I feel fiery.
At least not much of a glum season for Red Bulls. There's a lot of fans have been expressing the same view of kind of like lowering their expectations for this season, but as fans, especially for myself, it's something that I always look forward to because it's games that I can actually attend. Go out and witness the footy there, be part of the atmosphere that the club brings, that the team brings, and maybe we'll see New York City actually get a stadium. Hopefully, finally, maybe.
Or maybe it'd be funny to play in New Jersey,
or maybe
another New York team playing in New Jersey.
But maybe they ask Red Bulls to let them borrow the arena again.
They already did. They're gonna play there on Thursday.
I thought it was one time.
It is one time. That's the first time.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
So
after that,
one time. We'll find out later in the future.
I'm saying after that,
they're gonna
until
like
then,
the feeling.
It's one time.
Yeah, they're like, dang, this is what it really feels like to have a real
have a
stadium.
house.
Wow, can we come back?
It is what it is, bro. There's nothing I can do. Fans are asking for it. They're not giving it. What can I do?
You know where they're gonna play at, bro? You know, in the
Rutgers?
Lincoln Tunnel when you're going down, the Weehawken Stadium is right there. That's what they're gonna end up at, bro.
The little roundabout.
Yeah, that little roundabout. That little soccer field, football field that's right there.
Yo, Eddie is on fire today, yo.
God, dude.
I'm sorry, Marco. You should
I'm
get
taking
it.
on the chin because it's true.
But buses go in and out, bro.
Yeah, man. At least you'll get dozens of spectators that way because none of them actually go.
Because Rebels gets filled up all the time.
Listen,
I mean, the attendance will be crazy because they'll count all the cars that are going around. Too.
Hey, thank you, Eddie. You're helping me with one.
oh my God.
Yeah, driving by like, oh, I don't want to watch this.
Players on the field gonna start
Oh,
like, which
man.
car can I hit next?
I'm actually kind of excited for MLS season. Honestly, yeah, I am excited because
I'm excited to watch
you know,
NYC crumble.
There's new signings. There's
Yo, Gioreno, bro, you did a good job by leaving, bro.
Chicharito already doing things in the league. I don't know if you guys saw the post that he put with like he's getting like his shirt pulled like right off his back.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah,
like
yeah.
a preseason friendly.
They're like, oh, I want your
Wait,
jersey.
so
Sign it for me.
is Chicha and Phillips gonna play up front together? Or?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. I don't think
Chicha and Phillips?
Yeah, Phillips.
No, Phyllis.
Phillips, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I
right.
thought he went to LAFC.
No. He's saying LAFC. You're saying LAFC, right? Not LA
Yeah, but
Galaxy.
Chicha
Yeah.
doesn't play for LAFC. He plays for Galaxy.
That's why I say they didn't.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
No. I wouldn't have given that.
No,
That's a human error.
He gave it to
That's a
himself.
human error.
He gave it to himself. I didn't do anything. Nobody did anything. He's like, fuck, I deserve it for that. So
I was
Man,
like,
no, but you know
that's
what?
okay.
That just means Eddie holds himself to a higher standard that he should know these things. So I respect that, Eddie.
I should have known that.
that's why I was like, I don't think so, man. But okay.
Honestly, I thought he was trying to get you guys at first.
I thought so too. That's
When
why
he
I
said
was like,
Phyllis,
very
I was
careful.
like, oh, we got Ricky for
Oh,
Phyllis.
I heard Phillips.
That's why I said Phillips, right?
I was like, oh, did he get him? Did he get him? Did he get him? Did he get him?
My God. That wraps up tonight's episode. Thank you for everyone for tuning in and sticking around with the bench tonight. We're gonna wrap things up for today, and we'll be back on Thursday for hopefully some exciting results from the Champions League. We'll go over the Europa League on Thursday because there's a lot of matches for that as well. But in consideration of your time, we're gonna end it here. So thank you very much for joining. We are the Benchwarmers. This is the bench. This is the bench with a voice where the bench is always warm. Peace, everyone.